Today's podcast is brought to you by Nature's Best Relief. Nature's Best Relief, it's high-strain hemp. That's what they do. Their products are made from a cannabis compound with significant supplemental benefits without the THC that makes you stoned or gets you high. It's just the good stuff to help you with pain. The products help with inflammation, pain, anxiety, psychosis, seizures, spasms, and lots of other conditions. And there's also CBD for your pet, too. And if you use code word MUDFLAP or Remasculate at checkout, you'll get an extra 10% off your total bill. There's some relief right there. That's Nature's Best Relief. Check them out at naturesbestrelief.com. That's naturesbestrelief.com. And now, here's the Remasculate podcast.
In the basement of the MUDFLAP house, flapping and poo. And they're under with the grains and news. And Pooh licks herself, and Flap contemplates manly things. He thinks about guns and trucks and Stooges 3. Men and boys, and that doesn't sound right. He thinks about boobs and bacon and power tools. Come with me, let's remasculate. Oh, won't you come with me and remasculate?
I'm gonna be leaving at the break of dawn. Wish you could come, but I don't need no woman tagging along. Gonna sneak out that door, I couldn't stand to see you cry. I'd stay another year if I saw a teardrop in your eye. Heard it in a love song. Heard it in a love song. Heard it in a love song. Can't be wrong. Marshall Tucker Band.
Yeah, that is basically the theme song of every entertainer on the road. I can't settle down, baby. I wish I could, and if I could, it would be with you.
That's right, but you're special.
But you're special, and I don't want to hurt you or break your heart.
That's special enough.
Yeah. So, adios, muchachos.
Although we're both married.
Yeah. So this song doesn't relate to us at all.
Does not relate to us at all.
Because we got saddled and broke back.
We did.
Yeah.
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
And I knew as soon as I met my wife.
Did you? You knew it immediately?
I'm doomed.
Doomed.
I'm doomed.
Doomed.
I'm doomed.
Well, I'm sitting here with Dan Grueter. First, let me back this up just a minute. Welcome to the newly remodeled, retooled, restyled Remasculate. It's 2019, and I've been putting off doing a podcast because I wanted to relaunch this. I think the world has gotten more and more in need of that kind of remasculating, that we've gotten too far, too soft, too pudgy.
You think so?
Too much like a wad of taffy.
I think so.
You think so too?
Yeah.
See, I think so too. And from talking to you last night, Dan, I know that you're a fisherman and you're a canoe guy and you're like
a canoe guy.
Well, don't you have a boat?
I have a boat.
Boat, yeah.
I do have a canoe and a John boat.
See, you have all this stuff.
Yeah, I hunt and everything.
Yeah. So I thought Dan is the perfect one to relaunch Remasculate. So I'm sitting here. It is Dan Grueter.
I have to, know, I do hunt and fish. I also like musicals. So it's a balance.
So you're like saltwater taffy.
I'm like saltwater taffy.
You're a little bit of everything. You're not just taffy. You're salt.
I enjoy a good show tune as when I'm hunting.
Yeah, but only if there's show tunes from like Paint Your Wagon.
Paint Your Wagon.
Paint Your Wagon is one of the few.
Murata.
Yeah, there's very few musicals that actually work for me. Like I just saw Rocket Man, the movie Rocket Man, the Elton John story.
You see, it doesn't work because Elton John's not dead yet.
He's not.
You have to be dead to have a biopic about
You have to. Or you have to
dead.
get your hands involved in it. It doesn't come out the way it really should.
Yeah, Rocket Man's not gonna.
No. Have you seen it yet?
No, I don't want to.
Because I loved Bohemian Rhapsody.
I haven't seen that.
And I loved it. So I thought, well, I like Elton John a lot. Love his music. Madman on the Water is one of my favorite albums of all time. But this movie is a rock and roll fantasy musical. One of those where people just start singing for no reason at all.
Yes.
And the whole restaurant just starts to know. They know the lyrics. The whole restaurant does.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff annoys me.
That really annoys me.
Yeah.
And sometimes it happens in movies. They're not even musicals. Like, we went to see My Best Friend's Wedding. This is 20 years ago with Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden they start singing in the restaurant. But there's no other music in the movie. But they start singing, I Say a Little Prayer for You in the restaurant.
Say a little prayer for you.
And they're all...
Forever, forever. And then the other one
they're backing each other up.
Yeah.
And I turned to the girl I was dating at the time. This is absolutely ridiculous. I never wanted to leave a movie that totally sold out that movie.
Well, they probably... The edit was probably so short, they realized they needed a time filler.
Probably.
And they just said, what can we do to make it an hour and a half? Because any movie under an hour and a half is a crap movie. If you've ever looked at, if you ever look up a movie and it says 86 minutes, you're like, oh, they didn't even have enough for a whole movie.
That was,
You know what I mean? That's...
But the best biopic movie, I don't know if you've seen it, is Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox.
Oh, yeah.
It's absolutely just genius.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was almost as good as Talladega Nights.
Almost as good.
Yeah.
Then after that, the second best biopic is Coal Miner's Daughter.
Oh, that to me is...
You can't get better than that.
You can't get better than Coal Miner's Daughter.
No.
Because she nailed it as Loretta Lee.
Yeah. And he was great. Tommy Lee Jones was great.
Mm-hmm. As, what was the...
Bear.
No.
What was his name?
Oh, I can't remember. He got some weird name?
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, that's a weird name. But I'm talking about the husband.
It was Bo or Boo or Red or something like that.
Something like that. If you guys know, if you're listening, comment and let us know. But that was it. It was some weird name. I'd Google, but we're recording on my phone.
Yeah, that's a great. That was a great biopic.
That was great. And the Dolly Parton ones that they've done for the TV have not been bad. The Coat of Many Colors. I hate to say that out loud, but but I like Dolly. I'm a big.
Yeah. There should be a serious. When she dies, they should make a real biopic about her.
Well, that's another thing that I think that we have gone down this weird path, and people that know this podcast and have listened in the past know, is that I think country music has gotten soft and fluffy and taffy because country music used to be about drinking and cheating and fighting and cutting off your ear in a mud fight in the street, came down with a bottle and cut off a piece of my ear, that kind of, and now it's like, baby, you a song and made me want to roll my window down.
I think there's still people who write rougher country songs.
Oh, I do, but you have to search them out.
Yeah, you really got to search it out.
You have to search it out. Like the people were like, oh, I just don't like that kind of stuff anymore. I really like fluff and Velveeta cheese. Can I get some of that? Do you have a little more of that? I like brie cheese with my country.
I remember, I grew up in Akron, Ohio, and then we would go down to Columbus to visit family or drop my siblings off at Ohio State or something. And as soon as you left that, at 15 minutes out of Akron, there was no radio. Until you got 15 minutes out of Columbus. That's the way it was back then. No radio except hardcore country.
Yeah. Well,
that was it.
There's two things that you get when you travel.
Yeah.
You either get Jesus or you get George Jones.
Yeah, that's right.
That's when you're going across country.
Yeah, that's right.
And then the Lord said to them, let them be blessed. Mamas, don't let your babies grow. I was washed in the blood of the Lamb.
That's right. You're absolutely right. But now you get anything you want.
Yeah, but that's what it used to be as you drove across.
It's 30 years ago.
Yeah, Jesus and Jones, that was it.
Jesus and Jones, that's hilarious. That's great.
Yeah, but that was America,
Yeah.
And I just think people are, one of the reasons they're so distrustful and the hatred that we're getting toward conservatives and Trump is it's almost like a resurgence of a backbone.
Yeah.
Man, we have gotten kind of wimpy. Man, we have allowed a lot of crap to go down.
Right.
Man, what? And I think those people are like, well, we don't like change. This is fine the way it is. I like my video games. I like being able to sit here.
My mom's going to make me get a job doing French fries. Shut up. Because that's what we did, remember?
Yeah.
When you were a teenager, you
Went out and
worked.
got a job, yeah.
You worked.
I worked at Rack's Roast Beef. First job I ever had was...
What was your first job?
Chi-Chi's, Mexican restaurant. Dishwasher.
Yeah.
And
that hot steam thing.
The hot steam, the hot, and the big...
You'd raise that door and that thing.
Yeah.
And we wondered why we had acne.
And then I had enough of that. I remember thinking, I grew up, we were pretty, not well off, but we were well off.
Comfortable.
Very comfortable.
We were comfortable.
We had a garbage disposal.
Oh,
and then at
not
Chi-Chi's,
like AOC.
The big sink, all the leftover food would get in there. And I go to the guy, my manager, I go, how do you turn the garbage disposal off? He goes, you just stick your hand down there and grab that stuff and throw it in the trash can. And I was like, there was no garbage. He goes, we don't have a garbage disposal. You just reach in there and
clog down.
He goes, it'd be too much. A garbage disposal wouldn't last. You just had to reach in. I mean, there was a trap.
Yeah.
So you just had to reach in and grab handfuls of uneaten Mexican food, and you just throw it in a giant trash can.
Yeah.
And once you do it once, you're used to it.
Right. And it doesn't bother you. You made a living. You had cash. You had gas money for your car.
That's right.
You had enough to buy a cassette.
Yeah. I worked with this real old, drifter guy, and he would, during breaks, he would just sit there by the washing machine, roll his own cigarettes, and smoke his own cigarettes.
The drifter.
Yeah, he was just a drifter.
He just worked enough to get a little money.
Just worked enough to get a little money. We were two opposite ends of the pole.
Yeah.
I was 16, just a kid.
Yeah.
Looking forward to college someday, and here's a guy, everything he did in life was wrong.
Just totally bad decisions.
Yeah, it's just a lifetime of bad decisions.
You could tell that by the T-shirt he had on.
But before that, I mowed yards. We had a mower tractor, and the lots were...
Oh, a mower tractor.
Yeah.
Ooh, you were well off.
Yes.
My brother and I, we cut grass, but we had just the power mower that you had to pull 80 times.
Well, we had acres. We had a couple of acres.
Oh, okay.
And everybody else had 2 or 3 acres. So you had to cut grass and usually some fields. So I did that to make some money.
Who came up with the idea you had to rake the grass after you cut it?
I think my mom did. Because she would be like, cut it real low, then you have to rake it and cut it again.
Yeah.
I said, what? What do you mean? Why don't I just cut it once?
And I've always heard, and that turns to mulch. Depending on who you talk to, grass will either turn to mulch and help the grass, or you need to get out there and rake that crap up.
Yeah, or if it's too much clippings, it'll
make a brown
suffocate
spot.
The grass. Yeah.
So you just kind of rake it and spread it out.
Yeah, my mom would be like, if we had a week of rain, she'd be like, cut it, rake it, then cut it again. I'm like, geez, it's like Joan Crawford, man. This is a pain in the ass. And of course,
no wire hangers.
I'm literally on a riding mower. I'm like, what? What do you mean I have to ride this thing for another 2 hours?
What? If it was a go-kart, you'd have been just happy as a pig in poop. But
yeah, get me out there. Oh, you know what else I had? This is probably, you'll probably get some letters on this. I had a trap line. I would trap animals and then sell their fur to the CC Fur Company in Wadsworth, Ohio.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That is freaking cool.
Yeah.
That Peter, did you hear that? He was trapping animals. Was it like neighbors' cats and stray raccoons?
Mostly.
Or what?
Mostly. A good raccoon was $25.
Uh-huh.
A muskrat was $15.
So you were like a Grizzly Adams at 12 or something?
Yeah, I really was.
You're totally the right person for Remasculate. But see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. We had that youth that you had a trap line, I had a trout line.
Right.
Did you ever just string a thing across the creek and catch whatever? Yeah. And then you'd go out every day and you'd check the line to see if you got something.
Got to check the lines, and I wasn't, it's not like I had a huge harvest of animals or anything like that.
Did you skin them and nail them to the board?
No, you just
how did this
turn
work
them in,
for you?
Turn them in full.
Just
full
dead?
body.
Just here you go?
Yeah, I didn't have to stretch them out or anything for a month.
That's much better.
I know.
You'd have to slice them and salt them.
And one time I was coming home just from fishing, and there was a dead tree, and there was an owl, like a big horned barn owl, on top of this dead tree.
Yeah.
These are big animals.
Yeah, the horn owls.
The horn owls, they are big. I would say 3 feet high, maybe.
Right, they could fly off with a small dog.
And I had one of those long 5-foot fishing nets with a round on the end. And I kept getting closer to him and he didn't move and he didn't seem like. And I just sort of shimmied the net under his feet and he
stepped onto it. He got in.
He got in. I took him home.
Was he okay? Was he sick? Was he tired?
He was not okay.
Okay.
But I put him on top of the riding mower in the garage. Then I went and watched the Three Stooges. And then I heard my mom come in the garage.
What the?
That's exactly what happened. She's like, what the Danny! I'm like, what? And the things out there were like, 5-foot wingspan, yelling at my mom. She's like, what? And, but my dad thought that it had gotten maybe a rat that had been poisoned or something like that. So he only lived like a few more weeks and he died.
Really?
But he had a comfortable life towards the end.
Did you kind of take care of it? And
yeah, we took care. He lived in the garage.
Yeah.
And he would go out, and he didn't fly much. He'd go on top of the roof of the garage, then he'd come back in, and then he slowly died. It was sad. It was a beautiful animal.
You were like a nursing home for an owl.
Yes, we had hospice care.
You were hospice. You were horned owl hospice.
I brought home all sorts of animals, man. Snakes,
I did too.
Turtles.
Me too.
All that stuff.
I loved finding turtles when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because you would just box turtle. You'd find it. It's
what a treat.
Yeah.
Here's an actual animal with a face that I'm going to take home.
Yeah. Go home, give you some lettuce and carrots, and turn you loose in the backyard.
My neighbors had a huge box turtle, and they drilled a hole in the back lip of his shell and put like a clip through there. Then they had a stake, and they just chained him up in the yard.
And just let it run around the yard?
Yeah, but he couldn't get away. But there was a creek, and you could tell he was trying to get to the creek.
From the claw marks.
His claw marks.
My grandfather had a box turtle in the yard for like years. 20, 30 years, something like that. That he dug a row around the bottom of their chain link fence and put like that plastic edging around it.
Yeah.
And the turtle would disappear. You wouldn't even see it for a year or two. Like he goes, I hadn't seen it for a while. And then be like, oh, here it is. I don't know if it they burrow or they try to get out or they just, but it just lived back there by itself forever. You'd be like, oh.
I had a great childhood. It was all in the woods. It was all getting wet and muddy. And my kids have no idea what that's like.
No.
In Southern California. They have no idea.
That's why you have to get out.
Well, I get them out as much as I can. They're playing this damn Fortnite. And I'm like, you want to go duck hunting tomorrow with me? They're like, no.
No, we'd rather shoot stuff on TV.
You can actually shoot a real gun.
No, we'd rather build boxes and stuff and shoot
I used to sleep out in a fort every night.
In the yard.
Or in the woods.
Yeah.
We'd go out in the woods and start a campfire and stuff like that. Nobody was ever concerned that it was going to get out of hand or anything.
No. I don't think people worried about us dying as much as they do now.
No, I would leave in the morning in the summer times. I would leave in the morning. I'd be home by dinner.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. But how old were you when you got your first real gun? Your first not a BB gun. We all got that pretty early. But when did you get your gun?
I was pretty young.
Yeah.
I wasn't driving yet, but
No, I was young. I bet I was 9, 10.
NEF 12 gauge, I think?
The 410. Single shot, 410 shotgun.
That's a great one.
And basically, I was told, don't kill yourself.
Don't kill yourself, yeah.
That was it. Because you'd shot before. Your parents take you. The old days, they took you out. Right. They showed you how to shoot a gun and aim and, And then they go, now here, don't kill yourself.
Right. I take my kids out. But we go to the range or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get them. The problem with hunting is mostly sitting on your ass.
Quiet.
Nothing's happening.
And quiet.
And it's hard for them to do that.
Yeah. But that's part of that. That goes back to that I disagree with, the whole ADD thing. He's got ADD. He's attention deficit. No, it's because he hasn't been taught to sit still.
Right.
They've been fed input. They need that input.
That's probably right, yeah.
Sure, there's, brains change. Brain makeup changes if you watch too much stuff. You've read these things.
Yeah.
If you're in a situation like, can you imagine being in a prison in solitary confinement? There's going to be some brain changes. So it's the same thing of like if you just sit there and we're fed images for hours.
Right.
You're going to have some chemical changes in your brain.
That's kind of what happens to us on the ship, I think.
I think so, too.
We
sit in our room for hours at a time. Why do you think I brought up solitary confinement?
Because that's how I've been playing the guitar for like 5 years.
Uh-huh.
And I remember watching Groundhog Day, and he learns the piano in the Groundhog Day. Bill Murray does. I'm like, I'm going to teach myself guitar.
Yeah.
You know.
And so every day you learn a new
So every day I just strum up, and I can't read music, but I can memorize chords and stuff like that.
You can't read. You don't know the notes, or
I don't know the notes, no, but I know chords.
Yeah. See, I learned to read music, but not well. Like I know the notes, like Every Good Boy Does Fine and FACE.
Yeah.
The spaces and the lines and the notes. But to look at sheet music, I'd be like,
I can't.
Ding, dong. Where people can just look at it and their fingers move.
Yeah. See, my wife, she had a music scholarship to college.
Really?
So she played the flute.
Oh.
So she's like a real musician.
Does she still play the flute? Does she sit around at night?
What are you getting at? Yes, she does, and quite
no
well.
wonder you were attracted to her.
My wife plays
How often do you drop the skin flute line? Does she ever just sit around at night like?
We play together. I got her. You know what? And you can't play the flute on every song. I got her a melodica.
What is that?
It's like a foot long. It's like a keyboard.
Did you blow in and
you blow in?
Oh, I've seen those.
It sounds like a cross between a harmonica and a
accordion.
An accordion, yeah. It has a good sound to it.
Yeah. So y'all play along like I'm a picking, I'm a grinning.
That's right. I'm gonna start touring. I would never put my wife on the road, though. She wouldn't. She can't. I don't think she could handle it.
People always ask me why I don't take my wife out more. And when she comes, or even like the other day, we were talking about her going out possibly for Christmas or Thanksgiving. And she goes, how many shows a night do you have? And I go, sometimes 2 or 3 on that shift. Oh, well, why don't you just come to work and watch me?
Yeah.
Like, that's it's not fun for them.
No.
No. They think it is. They think getting out here on the cruise ship. And I always tell her, you don't have to come to every show.
No.
Go play bingo. Yeah, I want to spend $69 on a card. Like
my wife came and our, she would hang out with the kids or go do trivia or something or go lay out or on we went on 2 or 3 cruises together. Now some of the ships you just do 1 or 2 shows.
Right.
And that's great.
For all week.
For all week, yeah.
But we're on the big ships. Like we're on a lure this week, and it's like 32 shows.
It's been 3 a night.
3 a night.
Much. That's a lot of shows, man.
That is a lot.
Because I'm on stage, I'm like, did I
say this already?
Did I say that? Do you go through that?
I do.
Do you ever get the thing where like you're doing your act, but in your head you're doing your taxes? Or you're thinking about something else?
Totally else? Something
yeah,
completely...
you know how you're driving on the highway sometimes, and all of a sudden you snap out, and you're like, oh, did I miss my exit?
Yeah.
That happens to me on stage.
No, I haven't done that yet.
No.
What I do on stage is actually try to think ahead. Like,
yeah, I think
I'm in the middle of a bit, but I think...
You're thinking 2 bits ahead.
Yeah, what should I transition to?
Yeah.
So I don't feel like I'm in total muscle memory.
Yeah.
But people that just do their act word for word... you can almost see. I think a lot of audiences see it now too. They just go, "He's on autopilot."
Right.
But if you're kind of like, if you're thinking, it's almost like improvising.
Yeah.
I think that's why people go, "Do you make up a lot of stuff while you're?" Because in your head, you're going, "Oh, I should say this now."
Right.
And that gives your body that look and the feel of, here's something.
Right. Yeah.
Because you really did just think of it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I try to play that way instead of going, okay, this is the notes, this is what
Here's
I'm going to...
my notebook. I'm going to put it here on the stool.
If this falls off the stool, I'm in trouble. Oh.
Does that make you more, having a notebook, does it make you more artsy? Do you know what I mean? Are you more cerebral if you have a notebook on stage?
Take a notebook up, yeah.
And then you tell a joke and you're like, what else is going on?
Yeah, let me flip a couple pages.
Let me lick my finger.
No, I don't think...
Oh, here's one.
Yeah, this isn't right.
I write so much stuff in my notebook, I can't possibly memorize it for my show.
Yeah. I hate to be professional and memorize my stuff.
I never got the notebook. Richard Lewis always had a notebook.
Yeah, so did Janine Garofalo and a lot of those kind of...
Yeah. Grungy. Like, it was usually a grungy type.
Well, back then they were called alternative. Alternative. And what is the alternative?
Tragedy.
That's what I never could figure out. Which is alternative comedy. What's the alternative to comedy? Not comedy.
Not laughing.
And
Janine was funny. They were always funny. But I'm just like, do you have to have the Notebook?
Yeah.
That looks bad. I always thought it looked bad.
Yeah.
Richard Lewis is so funny.
I never saw anybody on the Johnny Carson when I was a kid.
Yeah, with a Notebook.
Come out and go, da-da-da-da. Let me see what I want to talk about tonight.
Right, Don Rickles.
Let me lick my fingers.
Pulls out a little notebook.
Yeah.
Hey, hockey puck.
Boy, talk about somebody that couldn't make it in this PC day and age. Can you imagine Don Rickles would have walked out on stage for the very first time in 2019?
No.
Imagine that.
No. I listened to Hello Dummy, his album from this, I think 68, 69.
Yeah.
It's like rough. It's really rough.
Oh, it's
even for my, I'm like, ooh.
Even for your delicate ears.
And I'm like, oh, Don.
It's racist, it's homophobic.
It's racist, it's homophobic.
But it's comedy.
But it's funny.
Yeah. And funny. Everybody knew that at the time.
Yeah.
What's the same thing with the old days like Flip Wilson? I loved Flip Wilson, the black comic.
Yeah.
He did the same kind of stuff only from that perspective.
Right.
People would have thought he was being racist, or even black people would probably call him out today by going, I can't believe you'd make fun of your own people like this.
Yeah.
You're setting us back 100 years.
Yeah. It's like Blazing Saddles would never get made today.
No.
I remember I did my orientation at Ohio State. I mean, I may have mentioned it in this last podcast. And our orientation, we took a break at night, and we went to the theater, and they played Blazing Saddles for all the students. Unedited, uncut. Yeah. And everybody laughed. Black, white, Asian, everybody.
Because it was comedy.
It was just comedy, Now everything is just...
Well, I think political correctness, honestly, has set the entire world back a few hundred years.
Yeah.
Because we got more and more like, we're one, we are one, let's get on the love train. Love train!
Right.
We all kind of got on, we're riding together, nobody was mad, everybody, that was a joke,
Yeah.
And now everybody wants to be, they have to be, well, that is the black area of the cafeteria, or the Asians eat over here, or the LBTG meets on Wednesdays in the auditorium. And, like, what happened to just being one?
Right.
Just being one.
Because I tell you, when you're on stage doing your show, everybody laughs. Everybody laughs at the same...
Yeah.
Everybody laughs at the same thing.
Yeah.
Black audiences are many times better.
Better, because they don't have the knee-jerk reaction of what white people do. Oh my God, I can't believe you said that out loud like that. It's I guess they are laughing over there.
Yeah, they're I'm on stage. I treat everybody like shit.
Yeah,
doesn't matter to me.
I always say I'm an equal opportunity offender, because if you make fun of everybody, nobody can feel singled out.
Right. Yeah, I don't. It's sad. I don't know what. It's really, and it's almost like some people aren't living in reality.
It's not reality.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I grew up not far from Oberlin College in Ohio, and they did a thing that with the bakery, with some kids were trying to steal some wine, whatever, and the guy stopped them, and they beat up the owner of the bakery, and then they cried racism.
Yeah.
And then Oberlin, the school, I think if I remember, they led these protests against this bakery that's been there for over 100 years.
Yeah.
And then they just won a lawsuit against the university for $25 million.
My favorite today
But it's like there's no... And these kids pled guilty to stealing, by the way.
But it probably was... They said it was because they were a minority.
I think so. I don't know. But, how is it racist to accuse somebody of stealing who has stolen from you?
And you caught them.
And then they admitted it.
it.
They're just kids. They may have made a bad mistake. You know what I mean? They're just students.
Right. Well, my favorite PC thing today, it happened, I just tweeted about it, was a Starbucks employee asked 5 policemen to... Did you hear about this?
Yes.
They asked 5 policemen to leave Starbucks because...
What city was that in? Austin, Texas.
Where was?
Was it Austin,
I can't remember. But they said a customer didn't feel safe with them in there.
That's a lot of crap.
Okay, that's a lot of crap there. Don't feel safe by a policeman, okay?
You walk out of Starbucks if you don't feel safe.
But even if you're going to go buy business, 5 cups of coffee beats 1 cup of coffee.
That beats 1 cup of coffee.
Yeah, if just for that. Oh, well, that's 5 of them. You're 1 cup.
I'm willing to guess there was probably no customer that complained. And it was just
some PC barista.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're baristas.
I mean, we basically have 20 baristas running for president right now.
That is so true. That is the funniest statement I've heard in a while. I can't believe you don't do that on stage. basically have 20 baristas running for president.
They don't say no to anything.
Anything. Do you think there should be free health care for illegals that break into the country?
Yes. You know how broke we'd be? And then basically, if you do that, you're basically like, let's say I live in Germany or somewhere, or Czechoslovakia. I have cancer. I'm like, I'm just going to fly to America on vacation and get my free health care.
Get my shit taken care of.
You're basically opening up health care.
No borders, no walls. No borders, no walls. One world. Are people really that stupid?
Yes. A lot of people are. I
really think they are. I got an argument today on Facebook with this. I love when you beat a liberal. When you actually, when you point out that's a lie.
Yeah.
That is a lie. Here's the facts. I Googled it for you. Look this up. You're just a racist, homophobic. They start doing every talking point.
Right.
It's like I can tell by you're probably a white supremacist the way you talk down. It's called America turning into a third world country. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Are you that stupid that you just can't go, all right, I see your point, but I don't agree?
Right.
I mean, that's more of an adult way instead of just go, well, yes, that's because you're a homophobic white supremacist.
Right, you're a racist.
You're a racist.
I mean, now, if everything's racist, then
nothing is racist.
Then nothing's racist. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's, I don't know.
My favorite of the baristas running for president, which is now going to be the title of this this podcast. This episode is going to be called 20 Baristas Running for President. I can't remember the woman's name, but the one that's like, I am running on love.
Yes.
My platform would be love. Donald Trump has been hate,
and
I think we need more love. What is her name? Can you remember?
Williams?
I can't remember, but I just read that people are donating to her campaign just to keep her in. Yeah. They just want her
just to keep
her in the debates.
Just to keep her in.
Just so she could go. What do you think? I think we need more love.
I think Kamala Harris is probably
the worst.
No, I don't think she's. Bernie Sanders is the worst. Kamala Harris, I believe, is probably left of center. Obviously,
right.
She has to say what she has to say. She's saying what she thinks she has to say to get through.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders is the worst because I really believe that
he's straight out communist. Crazy.
That man hates this country.
Yeah.
He hates this, and he's trying to bribe people into giving him the power to really destroy the country.
Well, I think that's what all of those baristas are doing. I think they all hate America, and that's why they're all trying to get illegals to vote.
You know what I mean? That was the plan in California.
Yeah.
And it worked. I mean, a Republican will never be governor again in California.
Because you let the illegals and... See, I think... Remember the old days when it was like you had to be a landowner to vote? You had to... That was the old original. It wasn't just anybody could vote.
That's what they wanted. Well, in colonial times, you had to be a landowner.
Right.
But once the Constitution was written, any man could vote.
Right.
Any white man could vote.
Right. But then it became more and more diluted. Well,
I would call it diluted. I would call it opening up.
Are you saying that? Are you saying recruiting illegals from another country is not diluting it?
I'm still in like 1789 or something.
Okay.
Like that. No.
All right.
I think anybody should be able to vote if you're a citizen of the country, not a resident.
I think you should be
a citizen of the country.
I think you should not only be a citizen of the country, but you should be paying taxes. Because I think anytime you're getting something for free, if you're living off the government, you're never going to vote the way you should. You know what I mean? If you're just living off the government, you're never going to go, yeah, they probably should cut that. They probably should cut that spending.
The program that's keeping me alive.
Yeah, the one that lets me stay in my basement and play video games. Do you see what I'm saying? That's not a fair... You should actually have to be paying into the system to vote on how the system works.
Right.
You have to have a dog in the fight, as they used to say.
I mean, look, we've been all around the world. We know people in South and Central America. They're good people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's nobody I don't like from down there.
Yeah.
But you can't just open the borders and let everybody rush in. You know what I mean?
And then they wonder why some diseases that we thought were eradicated are popping up again.
What really gets under my skin is how you have somebody who has committed a crime. They're illegal. They should be deported, and they are hidden from the federal authorities from being deported, released, and then that person goes out and kills somebody.
Kills again.
Or rapes somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You let this person go to kill my family?
Yeah. I've always been a big fan of the death penalty. I will say that here. I'll say it anywhere because people say that's not a deterrent.
I think it is.
It is. They're dead. They're not going to do it again.
Yeah.
And, well, what about the people, the innocents that have been very, very few? If you're going to go by 1%, even less than that, there's other things that you're letting 1% have a say in.
Yeah.
So, and if there's times that you're absolutely guilty. Like, you know what I mean? When they know, for like, a cop catches you with a knife in your hand.
Yeah.
You know, there's a picture of you shooting somebody.
But if
you're done.
Yeah.
You are done. It's not like, okay, well, evidence looks like you're probably the one. All right, you get life in prison.
Yeah.
But if it's proven beyond a fact, you're firing squad or hanging at dawn the next day. Which didn't that used to be? I've always been told that used to be the way it was back in the colonial days. That
what?
If you were proven guilty, you got, like, you were hung. That, like,
it happened immediately.
Immediately, it was
pretty
not
much.
Yeah. It was not like, now we got 25 years of appeal, and
I mean,
in the old days,
the Abraham Lincoln's assassins. Well, Booth was killed in the barn.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, I think they were hung within 3 months or something.
Yeah,
like
very,
that.
very quick.
They didn't screw around back.
And they used to bring the whole town out.
Everybody come out.
That was one of those things, you brought everybody out, and you
corn dogs and
corn dogs, funnel cake, watch you hanging. But you brought the kids out to go, look. That's what happens.
That's what.
That's what happens. So, like, I don't want that to ever happen to me. I don't want my head to come off my body.
But I tell you, to have somebody who shouldn't be in the country commit a crime, be arrested, and everybody knows he should be deported, and then go out the back door because the ICE is out there.
Right.
And that person goes out and kills, and that's.
But now you got people like
that's murder by proxy, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, now you got like people like AOC and all these people that are saying we need to get rid of racist ICE. Get rid of them.
I don't. I don't. Again, it's like everything. Their only argument is racism. This racism. I don't think ICE is racist.
No.
I think ICE is mostly Latinos.
Yeah, most of the Border Patrol is.
They're also Latino, hardworking.
Yeah.
You know, and they want so bad to have another Bull Connor from Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
You know, when they did the march and Bull Connor went out there with the dogs.
Yeah.
They want so bad to have
one of that, just go bad.
Just somebody like that, just that Southern boy. But that's not the reality of today.
It's over. That's
over.
what I've said on stage. Like, it's those days are over. 2019.
Yeah.
You know, quit screaming racist, homophobic at me because I got black friends, I got gay friends. We all have black and gay friends. We all have Hispanic friends. Those days are over.
Right.
Like, I don't know anybody that's like that. Like you were saying, I don't know one person that's like, I'm gonna release the dogs that ever come in my yard.
I don't know anybody. I'm sure if you get down, down the river, there's probably somebody like that still.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying there's no racism.
But I'm just saying it's not the mass. Like,
it's not the mass.
You're trying
anymore.
to make it like media wants it to be that way.
Oh,
media wants it to just be like.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you keep people churned up, they can't gel as a civilization.
Right.
You know, they like to have it divided. And stupid people are easily led. That's what I always say, too.
Yeah.
Hey, when you get a barista for president, that's still the funniest thing.
Joe Biden, I tell you, something's off with him.
You know, Joe Biden's had 44 years in Washington, but today he's going to clean it up.
And how is it that plagiarism disqualified him in '88, but doesn't
now?
Doesn't now?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Isn't that weird?
Like, our standards are so low.
Yeah, we don't care anymore.
I blame Ross Perot.
You do?
Yes.
Why?
Because Ross Perot...
He saw aliens, didn't he?
Ross Perot bled voters away from Bush, and then Clinton was president. And that once Clinton became president, it seemed like that really lowered...
The standards.
That really lowered the standards.
Yes. Yeah, because I had a... it's perfect you went down this way, because I had a lot of fights with people back when Clinton was president, because I didn't like Clinton, first of all. And then I didn't like the fact that he lied about Monica Lewinsky.
Right.
You know, that's perjury. It's perjury.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
People are in prison. People are in prison for perjury.
Right.
Okay? So, but people were like, well, it doesn't matter because the economy's good. You know, I don't care what he did because the economy's good.
Right.
You don't hear that for Trump.
No.
You're not hearing...
And he hasn't done anything.
He hasn't done anything. But you don't hear like, I don't care. Economy's great. You know. Trump needs to be impeached because Jobs have increased 399%.
I don't know if he's going to win or lose, but I've enjoyed watching him as president because I think he looks at these politicians as just lightweights.
Oh, he knows. Well,
You know what I mean?
he's a master puppeteer.
Yeah.
He's a showman, but he's smart enough to know I think he purposely tweets stuff so the media jumps on it like catfish on a June bug.
Yeah.
And then he goes over here and does it while they're not paying attention.
Do you think Trump's really afraid of Jerry Nadler?
No.
Jerry Nadler's belt is literally on his Adam's apple.
I have never seen a zipper that long in my life. Have you Googled that picture of him sitting down?
It looks like he's wearing I'm not, obviously he's had weight trouble. And he looks like he's lost a lot of weight in the past 20 years. I don't know if he had the stomach bypass surgery or not.
But he's like 5'2". I didn't know that either. He's like a Keebler elf. He lives in a hollow tree in Washington, D.C.
And they've already stopped talking about impeachment because they know they can't.
Well, the stupid part about that is I kept pointing this out on Twitter on my stuff because they were impeach. And I go, so you want Mike Pence? Is that better for you? Because if you impeach Trump, that's what I hadn't thought about that.
Right.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Because that's what you get.
Yeah.
Just because you impeach Trump doesn't mean,
right.
Ooh, we can put one of ours in.
That's right.
They're not.
Right.
They're not even smart enough to think it out. We hate Mike Pence because he's a homophobic Christian. Wait, he's next in line?
He's next in line.
Oh,
That's
crap.
Right. I don't think Mike Pence has ever done anything wrong ever.
Ever.
So,
won't have dinner he won't be seen with another woman.
Yeah.
And then that's like, how stupid is that?
Right.
And then they're like, well, Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
With Kavanaugh. What? So you're mad if one isn't with a woman, and you're mad if one is alone with a woman.
Right.
Okay. You bitches are crazy.
I just, they talk so much, I'm just, I don't know. Just tired of listening to them.
Well, I feel that way every once in a while. Like, I'm consumed by Twitter and news. I mean, I'm consumed, honestly. I'm addicted. I become... like my characters that I do, like Liberal Larry, one of my videos is blown up, and this is weird to say, it's like tooting your own horn, but people are like, you are now like this, Twitter icon. We look to you to see what we should all be making fun of, and so I feel like I need to stay on top of things. So that character is still out there.
Yeah.
Like the earthquake video that I did last night, they're like, my God, we should have known you'd have been the first to be on this. Thank you. Because I try to be that. I want to be first.
Right.
Because that's who gets spread out and goes viral, is the first person to get it out there.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel like, am I wasting my life just watching people fight and looking for a chance to have a fight? And maybe I should just pick up a guitar and sing love song.
Antifa's going to come to your door probably.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
I don't think they leave. I don't think they. It doesn't seem like they leave Portland. They don't leave Portland.
No.
Jeez. I mean, how do they let these guys walk the streets?
Yeah.
There was an old man just driving home from one of these things, and they try to pull him out of his car and stuff like. Just some old guy.
Right. When there's already a law that you're not supposed to cover your face in public.
Yes.
But yet that they don't enforce that law for Antifa.
Right.
So why aren't they doing that?
I don't know. My fear is it's going to become real violent.
And you knew about Andy No, the journalist. Andy, I had done shows with a group called the Deplorables. We were doing a comedy tour. Michael Loftus. And we did Portland, and Antifa slightly came. There wasn't a big, but it was slightly when the Proud Boys showed up at our thing, and I think it was Andy had written about the turnout, for the thing, and then I saw that Andy got smashed with a brick and quick cement, and then politicians wrote things like, it is never acceptable for a journalist to be, you didn't go against Antifa. You didn't say Antifa was wrong.
Right.
You just said it's wrong to have journalists attacked, because they can spin that on Trump.
Yeah,
because he attacks journalists.
Right. Yeah.
What, they don't come right out and actually say Antifa's bullshit. They need to be locked up.
Yeah. That's bad. And for the mayor just to hand a city over to them.
Yeah, step down.
Step down. If you don't want it, man, step down. I mean, you have to have... It comes to a point, businesses aren't going to want to be downtown. Do you know what I mean?
Well, people are already canceling vacation stuff. I read a thing about the Dominican Republic, of course.
Right.
And Portland, people are not planning their vacations like they used to.
Are you really going to have a convention there in Portland?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Because you don't know...
Like the restaurant is... Like, let's say you belong to the National Restaurant Association.
Yeah.
The NRA. Are you going to have your convention in Portland and have Antifa misrepresent what your initials stand for and show up and throw quick dry cement on your face?
Right. Oh, it's a milkshake. it's a milkshake. Well, again, let's even go there. How lame is that attack? I threw a milkshake on you.
Yeah.
I know they've gotten worse without the quick dry cement in it.
Yeah.
But the whole concept of we throw milkshakes on people.
Right.
We are badasses.
And what's the group?
Don't make me go strawberry on your ass.
They fight all the time. It's the who do they fight?
Proud Boys.
The Proud Boys.
Proud Boys.
And they're alternative. They're alt right.
Yeah, well,
alt right group.
They claim they are, but not really. The Proud Boys were started by Gavin McInnes.
Okay.
You know who Gavin is?
No.
Gavin used to be on Fox News a lot. He started Vice magazine and Vice channel. Very smart guy, very funny. You should check out his podcast. But it was just meant for people that are proud of their country. It wasn't supposedly, like alt. It was just, we're proud. We're proud of our country. Yeah. We're standing up to your bullshit. And then the media spun it as the Proud Boys are this, angry alt group trying to beat down the anti-fascists. Well, how come anti-fascists are the fascists?
Yeah, you have...
Have you seen their flag? It looks like the Nazi flag.
Yeah. I don't know. People shouldn't get in groups and fight each other. That's what I think. It's going to kill Portland, which is a great city.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful city.
It was a beautiful city. But even I didn't feel comfortable walking around. I don't walk around with a MAGA hat on, which the girls that were traveling, we were with the Deplorable Choir.
Yeah.
The girls that sing the national anthem for Trump, and they walk around with MAGA hats and Trump T-shirts. They're like, bring it on.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't do that.
Maybe when you see it on TV, it looks worse than it is. Because most of these take place on the weekends, probably when nobody's downtown anyway.
Yeah, and right? you can shoot a piece of clip that looks like
it's a mob.
Is there 400 or 30 people?
Yeah, there's probably just like 20, 30 people.
And they group it. They group the shot.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel bad for that guy, and I just wish people wouldn't, get into these.
Right. Well, that's what I think they do with all the baristas that are giving their speeches around the country.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked? It's always a tight shot. It's always a tight shot of people holding signs behind them.
Right.
But then when they show a Trump rally, they're like, here's the 100,000 in the auditorium.
Yeah.
But they're always those little, here she is speaking at a nursing home.
Right. Beto O'Rourke, something's wrong with him.
Oh. Just his arms.
Nobody talks like that.
Nobody talks like that. And he likes to stand on a table and put his crotch in people's faces. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, it's like he's a stripper or something.
Like he's a table speaker. It's never like on a stage. He's like on a table or a chair in a cafeteria.
His gestures remind me of... there was a movie with Charlie Chaplin. I forget the name of it. I want to say A King in New York maybe or something like that. Uh-huh. And it's a talkie. And
where he was uncomfortable. But
I think Charlie Chaplin... But anyway, Charlie Chaplin's real-life son plays a boy in the movie who's a communist. And he talks, and his gestures are exactly the same, just like chopping motion.
Yeah. Very mechanical.
And that's who he, and I know a lot of people haven't seen that movie.
Yeah.
But that's exactly, when I first saw Beto O'Rourke, that's who because Charlie Chaplin's son was a horrific actor. And you can tell he's completely acting in this movie.
I've always thought Beto kind of reminds me of that tube thing in front of a tire store.
Wacky Fun Arms.
You know that?
Yeah.
That thing's like, we're having a sale.
Blowout 4th of July sale.
Yeah, that's what he's kind of always reminded me of.
And he went to campaign in Mexico for... he was in Mexico campaigning.
Well, he and another one are trying to help them come here. They're trying to, And why? That was the other thing. Why did they speak in Spanish on the debates? Nobody asked him a question in Spanish.
No.
It was not asked in Spanish.
No.
But I'm going to end Taco Bell, por favor, chalupa, quiero Taco Bell. What was the point of that? Just to suck up to?
And I guess it wasn't even good Spanish.
It wasn't. It was like high school. When you're trying to recall the word.
Donde el baño, por favor.
For dos cervezas,
Spanish
señorita.
Is hard. I can't. I wish I could speak Spanish, but I just can't get it.
No, I'm better. Growing up in Texas, I can understand Spanish.
Yeah.
But I can't speak it. You know what I mean? I can know that they're like, they're talking about that, or you know enough that you know the words for things, but I can't put them into a sentence.
Yeah.
It's like being a 2-year-old with an English, like, oh, you said something about a car. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. But I tell you, I'll get back to this. Like something's off with Joe Biden. I don't think he has the energy to run, and I don't think his wits are with him as they have been in the past.
You saying he's old and senile?
He's not senile. I'm going to say
he's leaning that way.
I think he's had a long career and everything like that. I don't think he
just wants to sit down.
I don't think his soul's into it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you could see it just the other day after Kamala Harris came after him with the busing thing. He's just like, why am I doing? You could see it in his eyes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like I've worked my entire life, and now you're going to attack me on.
Why do I have to eat this crap from these people?
Well, look at her. She was been a district attorney that put people in jail for pot.
Yeah.
And now she's all pro everything. Get them out of jail, prison reform.
Yeah.
Hey, you were the person putting in for pot convictions.
But he's off. Something's off with him. And sometimes he looks really old.
Yeah, sometimes he's got that pale white.
Just pale white, and he has that
just a little sweaty, a little tired.
Just where the flesh comes out of your face.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I've seen that on TV.
Like at the end of Indiana Jones, where the guy melts, he's like halfway.
He's right at the time before it turns to skull. Right before it goes to skull.
There's just something off with him. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if just out of the spirit. I mean, he's had a long career. His son died. That ages you, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's got to age you. And he just, and Trump just, this guy has so much energy. I don't know who's going to keep up with him. He's just, he's a machine. The energy?
He's a machine.
He is a machine.
I think he's doing those stem cell. I think he's going down where they're injecting you with like new blood.
Sheep brains?
He's getting that stem cell. Matter of fact, I just heard about this.
Should there be a steroid test for the president?
Yeah, I'm joking about this now, but I just really heard about it yesterday. That down in like Central America and some other Bolivia or whatever it is, that they're doing, people are going for stem cell rejuvenation. Like,
oh, really?
They could, you've got a blown out knee, they put stem cells in and regrow the stuff, or you've got a
where do they get the stem cells down there?
Baby stem cells.
See, that's
and the other the thing they said that they're coming out that they take them out of your back fat, and then they can grow these stem cells. They figured out now how to
oh wow
reprogram
from back fat.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so there's some of that too. And
I know where there's a lot of back fat. The buffet on deck 12.
That's right. Well, since we're Remasculate, I want to wrap up here by asking you, how do you think we can do that? What would be the first thing you would do to help America kind of get back to, like the other night, I said, talking about kids and stuff, and I go, and I'm bringing it back because I'm making America great again. Yeah. And the crowd went nuts.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you think that we could do things? How can we bring things back where America was a little more gelled and a little more masculine? Because I hate that toxic masculinity. That's toxic masculinity.
I don't. How's it?
It was not toxic when you wanted me to take the lid off the jar you couldn't open, was it?
I don't know. I think, it's a personal thing. I don't think there's anything as a country you can do to inject masculinity.
Well, no, but you have to help guide people. I mean, things are going to have to change because I think media and movies and things have pushed people. Like, I said this the other day, people that make commercials They need to realize that not every couple is an interracial couple.
Oh, for the
every commercial now is a interracial couple. Not that I'm not saying I'm against that.
Yeah.
I've got it, but not every couple on TV is a black and an Asian girl, or an Asian guy and a white girl, or it's like we're trying to be programmed.
Trying too hard.
Trying too hard. You see what I'm saying? Like, we can't just have a white couple. Why not? Most of my friends, that's what they are. You know.
But I don't think that has anything to do with masculinity, though.
No, I'm just saying how you shape things.
Yeah.
What could be changed to help reshape America?
I don't think it's about shaping. I think it's just, you have to let boys be boys. And don't tap down. We are what we are. Boys are raised to...
Testosterone
and hunt and fight.
Yeah,
and
it's not bad.
I'm not saying fighting's good or anything like that. But I'm just saying don't tap that down as you're raising them, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well,
my kids do a lot of sports. And they're making the turn right now, and they're the teenage years, and I can see them.
It's good to keep the father in the house, though.
I think so,
that too, because I think there was a period in the 90s where everybody just thought, I'm going to have a kid because I want to. I don't need a man in my life.
Yeah.
And a lot of single moms who did a good job. I don't want, because people go, you're slamming sleep. Some do a great job. And then others can't be the father.
Right.
You're not there. You're not going to be. You're not going to, like, quit babying. The husband would stop babying. Let him cry. God dang it.
Right.
You're not sitting with your mom going, you want to try on my nail polish? You know what I mean? Here, I'll do your nails while we watch TV. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that we had a whole group of that was not raised by male standards.
It's so different now, because I remember when I was in elementary school, there'd be fights in the schoolyard every day.
I'll meet you behind the building at 3 o'clock.
Every day, and you'd come in all bloody and scabbed, and I went to a Catholic school. The nun would look at you and just be like, "Oh, well, that happened out there."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Now it would be...
Don't bring it in here.
Now it would be phone calls.
To the parents, to the police.
Come down to the school.
Yeah.
Police.
Yeah.
I don't think my kids have ever been in a fight. Yeah. I mean, I remember it being...
What was your first fight? That's a perfect question. Did you have a school fight or a fight in the neighborhood?
School fight.
Okay,
I was a scrapper.
What was your first school fight?
Dan McDonald, I'll say probably 3rd grade. Which is kind of late, I guess, in the school fighting thing. And I figured out early in fighting that most kids throw a haymaker, and if you step into that and punch laterally, you're going to win the fight.
They're going to come. They're coming.
They're going to swing just way around. Yeah. And if you step into that and punch laterally, you're going to.
Oh wow! Where'd that come?
And that was it. He would wind up.
Yeah.
And I would step in and 1, 2, boom, boom. I was always good at fighting for some reason. I liked it until. I stopped growing, and everybody else
got bigger.
Growing, and then
you discovered show tunes.
Then I discovered show tunes and how to be funny.
Please don't hit me. I'll make you laugh. Please don't hit me. I can make you laugh. That was me too. Honestly, that was
yeah.
I was a much smaller kid. I weighed 128 pounds when I graduated from high school. I was just little, but. I was always involved in stuff. I played football because I was small and fast.
Yeah.
But then I got hurt and I hated it.
Yeah.
I played Little League Baseball because I could throw a ball. But then I got hit in the head with a wild pitch and I quit.
Yeah.
It was that kind of thing,
yeah. Because I was, as far as the masculinity thing, my one son, I was joking about him. I'm going to write a bit he's turning into the kid that used to beat me up in high school. He's the big jock.
Yeah, he's gotten bigger than you. Yeah.
He's just a big jock. The big jock guy.
Yeah.
I'm telling him that I used to play sports. He's like,
right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. With that body? Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Taffy, we can go lift weights together.
Yeah,
lift weights. You just got to let them,
Yeah. Well, they all go through a period of they don't like you, and then they realize, man, Daddy was a lot smarter than I thought he was.
Right. But I think, in LA, it's hard to let your kids just roam. You know what I mean? It's not safe.
That's why so many guys are getting out of LA.
Yeah.
Some of the people I've talked to, I've told you names. I won't say them on here, but
right.
I've already know people that are making exit plans. I'm not raising my kids in LA.
We're lucky. We live in, I'm not going to say what town, but we live in a nice little village. Mm-hmm. Neither one of us commute. My wife and I, so we have to deal with that part of it. And the school district is still top 10 one of the top. It's rated like 1 out of 10. It's 10.
Right, that's good.
That's for the whole country too. So it's still a good school district. And we probably have 5 years left, then we'll pull the ripcord and get out.
That's great.
Before another quake hits, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I think.
Speaking of the quake.
Yeah.
You were telling me earlier that for the people that are probably going to listen to this later, the second earthquake has hit California.
Ridgecrest, California.
And it was 7.1.
7.1, yeah.
And you said your wife, y'all talked on the phone, she felt it and kind of got her scared.
It did get her scared. And she's tough. And she was like, boy, that one really kind of scared me.
Yeah. And then you told me, that's okay, we're prepared.
We are prepared.
You are a prepper.
I'm not but not like a TV show. I don't have like a underground bunker with an arsenal and hand grenades and stuff.
What is your definition of prepared then? What all do you have?
This is, I have a rain barrel, and a lot of people probably don't know what that is, but in the West...
Catches water.
You have a huge rain barrel, and the lid is on the top, and there's a screen, and you put it under your gutter, or your, not gutter, but your drain.
Yeah.
And I just sealed that screen up, and then I filled it with, it's 50 gallons of water, and it's locked tight.
Yeah.
And that's in the back, tucked away in the back.
You can do anything. You have to boil it to make it better, or
I don't think you do. I told my wife, if anything happens, you can always boil on the grill. We have camping stoves too with propane and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
and 5 years worth of food.
Yeah. So I was confused about that. I have. We don't have 5 years worth of food. We probably have like 3 weeks worth of food.
Okay.
Ready to go.
Right.
And then we have in California they sell these earthquake emergency backpacks. And you can get like a 1 day or a 3 day for 3 people. The 3 day for 3 people, I think, was $90. It's a big red backpack, and it has enough food and water for 3 people for 3 days. Even though there's only 4 people in my family, I'm assuming, with our luck, I will be out of town when the big one hits.
What do you? Is that going to feel weird to you? Like if you were out here on a ship and the big one hit and. Like every freeway is cut off because that's the way the San Andreas fault.
That's right.
Every freeway will be split.
Yeah.
How are you going to be like? But well, baby, take care of yourself. I'll be home on Saturday.
Then I have to go right away again.
Then I gotta be out on another ship.
I would probably try to do my best to get in.
Into L.A. Helicopter in. Escape from L.A.
Escape from L.A. Get a motorcycle or something. If I can get across the Colorado River somehow.
Snake McGrew.
There's got to be some way to get across the Colorado River. I figure by the time I got to like the border of Arizona, like Blythe, California, let's say that bridge is down.
Yeah.
There has to be some way across, and then I get to them.
There's the movie. There's the movie,
There's
a movie right there.
Big earthquake, man.
One man trying to make it back to his.
As society crumbles around him. Will his wife stay at the house?
Yeah.
Or will she flee in terror?
There you go. That's what you should be doing in this room instead of learning a song every day.
Writing
that movie right there. Yeah.
Oh, and my wife, there's also a shotgun involved.
Oh, she has a shotgun?
Yeah. She has I showed her how to shoot, and she's an excellent shot.
Yeah.
As far as
my wife too.
Clays. Because women, women are probably naturally better in golf or tennis, because they don't try to overdo everything.
Yeah.
They have a very gentle, like when we're shooting clays, she has a very gentle swing, and she just knocks it out.
She knows the lead and the whole thing.
It's very frustrating for me. But I just have my old New England 12-gauge single. It's hanging up in the closet. It's locked, obviously.
Yeah.
But she knows where the key is.
Yeah.
You get it down, and there's no trick to using that thing.
Yeah, because your gun should be locked up when somebody breaks into your house.
Well, the thing is, like, if things start falling apart, then you get it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But if somebody is, like, standing at your foot of your bed and you wake up, you're supposed to go, hold on!
We also have,
I need to unlock my gun.
Just a minute. We have, well, we have an alarm system and also 2 very large dogs.
Okay. So if somebody gets past the alarm system and the 2 very large dogs and is standing at the foot of the bed with a knife...
Then they have to deal with my wife.
Okay. Well, you unlock the...
Yeah.
Well, Dan, thanks for doing the very first relaunch of Remasculate. I appreciate that. Tell everybody how to find you on the internet, because I know you have an album out.
I have an album out, dansonstage.com. is basically, it's my website, but it's basically just where you can get my album.
Yeah. And then
you can also Google Play, iTunes. You can buy it on iTunes or Google Play.
What's the name of your album?
I'm Very Disappointed in You.
Oh.
That's the name.
Is that something your dad would say to you
Dan
a lot?
Grueter. My mom would say that to me all the time.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed in you. And Dan's on stage at Facebook. That's my Facebook page on that.
So is that your hashtag too? Dance on stage? That should be like everything you do. It should be hashtag.
Yes.
Dance
if
on
I did Twitter or something like that.
You don't do Twitter?
No, I just no. I can't think about myself that much during the day. That's a lot of pressure to come up with something funny every day.
Every day.
You know, I'm just
well,
like...
I have found Twitter helps me as a comic, too, because I do try to think of something funny every day.
Yeah.
And Twitter is so short. It's basically a joke. You're basically putting a...
That's right.
And then, because I don't tell jokes, it makes me write a bit to go with it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, there's the punchline.
Right.
I just need a story to go with it.
Right.
So that kind of helps me write.
Are you going to steal my barista joke?
Oh, it's gone.
Damn.
well, like where are you going to put that in your act?
Nowhere. I don't do anything political.
You don't do anything political.
No.
So thank you. I appreciate.
You may have that.
Thank you. Basically, 20 baristas up there running for president.
That's a great line.
It's awesome line.
It's a great line.
Well, thanks for doing the podcast. You want to play us out?
I'll play us out.
Play a song out. What would be the you had the perfect song for the lead in. What's the song for the lead out?
I'll play Ghost Riders.
Okay.
Oh, I screwed up. Yippee-I-do. Yippee-I-do.
Ghost riders in the sky.
All right.
Goodbye, everybody.
Mediocre guitar playing.
Till next time, adios. Hey, be sure and like us, give us a thumbs up, share us on all your socials. It's the only way people find this podcast. Help us grow Remasculate bigger than it was before. It's the new improved and relaunched Remasculate. This is Steve McGrew, Steve Mudflap McGrew. Till next time, bye.
In the basement of the Mudflap house, flapping and poo. And they're under with the grains and news. And Pooh licks herself, and Flap contemplates manly things. He thinks about guns and trucks and Stooges 3. Men and boys, and that doesn't sound right. He thinks about boobs and bacon and power tools. Come with me, let's remasculate. Oh, won't you come with me and remasculate?
Today's podcast is brought to you by Nature's Best Relief. Nature's Best Relief, it's high-strain hemp. That's what they do. Their products are made from a cannabis compound with significant supplemental benefits without the THC that makes you stoned or gets you high. It's just the good stuff to help you with pain. The products help with inflammation, pain, anxiety, psychosis, seizures, spasms, and lots of other conditions. And there's also CBD for your pet, too. And if you use code word MUDFLAP or Remasculate at checkout, you'll get an extra 10% off your total bill. There's some relief right there. That's Nature's Best Relief. Check them out at naturesbestrelief.com. That's naturesbestrelief.com. And now, here's the Remasculate podcast.